20 seconds. Good morning, y'all. We are live on the Good Life Radio Show. We are about to go live. Let me plug this in before Lee kills me. Lee, I don't speak to just the air. It is my producer on the other side of the glass. This is Henry Jolly. Huh?
Two different microphones.
Yes, please. I don't want to share your germs. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and this theme for the week is taking action.
Oh, yeah, I love that topic. I got a lot to say about that.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Be ready.
This is our second day live on YouTube. So let's see how this works, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, tolerance, compassion, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in for Motivation Monday, Relationship Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Gumbo Talk Thursday, and none other than Freedom Friday. That's where we open our mind, we drop our bags, our fear, our shame, and we walk into our passion and our purpose. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. But if you ever do miss a show, I know it's like, how would that ever happen or why? But if you do, you can go right there on tglradioshow.com. Go on our website and you can catch all of our shows right there. And you can also catch our gear if you're watching me live right now. We are live on YouTube now. I'm really excited. We're trying to transfer over. It is the second largest search engine in the world, so we need to be there, right? And so we're trying to get a lot of our viewers and our listeners to transfer over. So please go subscribe to the channel. That is TGL Radio Show on YouTube. It's the same thing everywhere. We try to keep the brand the same. You know, that's what you do. Right?
I have a question.
Oh gosh, no, this is a good thing because if y'all don't know, I have to give you.
I always wait
that.
to the end
That
to ask
voice is
questions.
Henry Jolly, and he is our resident relationship therapist. He has been with us forever, and he is known to ask his poignant questions like at the end. So if he has a question, you're gonna ask it now. Go, because this week is taking action, and obviously you're doing it at the start.
Great time. So look.
Yes, go ahead.
Instead of using my phone to record the show,
Where's
can
your
I
phone?
just go later on Facebook Live or on Facebook and record from my phone like that?
You can, or you can download it actually.
All right.
You can download the show so you don't have to do
All right,
any work
all
if you
right.
don't want to.
Good deal.
Or actually, you can go share us. Well, true story, we are in Facebook jail right now.
Why?
So that's why we're not live on Facebook. Because Facebook, I don't want to say they suck, but they got issues with this thing. And I'm like, if you're somewhere live and you're like recording something, they're like, it's not your music. Well, duh, because I'm recording somebody else.
Lord,
Clearly, it's not my music. So we are live on YouTube and live on Instagram right now. But what's funny about that is I do believe the Lord, when he wants you to change, he makes you uncomfortable. So speaking of it, when he wants you to take action, you know what, we can start the conversation there. When he wants you to take action, he makes you uncomfortable. True story, because I've been wanting to go live on YouTube for a while, but I was like, I have 34,000 followers on Facebook. I want, it's harder. And so, but I can take my stream from there and send it there, and you can go live on our website and hit the button. So I'm trying to you can go to watch now. It won't be the live button because the live button was Facebook, but as of tomorrow, it will be YouTube. So you can go to watch now, right now, on tglradioshow.com and see us live because we are there.
And then tomorrow you could rewatch the show on YouTube.
Exactly. I can take away the live button, period, because it's under Watch Now.
All right,
so you can go to Watch Now and see it live, or you can go to Watch Now and see past shows. So look at that.
I like that.
You like that?
Yes,
We're taking action. And speaking of it, when we are uncomfortable in situations, and so many times we just feel like, I'm just uncomfortable. But it's usually, life creating a situation for you to grow. And so it's time for you to take action. So what are you uncomfortable with in your life right now? What is just, you're like, this isn't going my way. It's pushing you to grow, and you don't want to, because I like to be stuck. I'm comfortable here, whether it's good for you or not. So many of us are comfortable in a situation that isn't really good for us. And I know, because I've been there, I am there, and I will be there at some point again, because that's what this journey is. It's life, and we are here to grow. We are here to develop. We are here to shed our fear. We're here to shed our ego. That is the whole point. And so walking into it, it's not comfortable, but it is fulfilling, and it will lead to a good life, a better life. I promise.
Right.
You know.
Well,
Shedding the ego. Take action. Do it now.
well, I have an excellent example of something that happened over the past weekend, but also
Really?
throughout the past few weeks. It was something brewing, but it finally came to head over the weekend. So you were at my kids'
I
basketball game.
was. Shout out to the Jolly
Jolly
Twins
Boys.
and
Yeah.
the entire team. Derek Deal is on the team as well, so shout out to him, not the dad, the
Yeah,
son.
the little Derek, yeah.
And so I knew a couple of the players, so it was really cool. They won. Y'all should have had 3 more points, but we won't get into that. You can get into the rest of the points.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Not just the
At
points thing,
halftime.
but here's the deal. So we've been in this league for my boys have been playing this league for a full year. So they've attended every season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 4 seasons, because they do summer, winter, spring, fall.
Okay, gotcha.
We participate in everything. They're 4 years old now. They started at 3, so they play in a league that's supposed to be 3 through 6 year olds. Okay. So now they're 4. They've dominated the league. They were undefeated this year. We won the championship last year. Season before that, scoring title, everything, every award imaginable. My boys have won them, and they're only 4 years old, and the league stops at age 6. And the next level, you play with the 7, 8, 9-year-olds.
Right.
So I knew that after this season, it was gonna be tough to put them in again in the
Why?
same league. Well, because
Therefore.
they are so advanced, it's getting too easy
Well,
for
why
them.
can't they play both?
Hear me out.
Okay.
All right, so
You're right.
I knew I was gonna have to make a move, okay? Because they too advanced for this 3 through 6 year old stuff. They should be playing with more competition. They just that advanced.
Yeah.
So anyway, during the season, they take stats and they record everything. We won all our games by blowout every single game. My son was a scoring champion, and which is
y'all.
no debate about that. All right. Did you see he scored 25 points in the championship
Yes.
game? Yeah.
Out of control.
So check it out.
Handle his business.
So once the season was over, they did an MVP voting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like looking at this like
Clearly
this is not even gonna be close. So when the MVP vote came out, I talked to the league president, and he was like, "Oh, we're gonna give it to this other kid on his other team." And I'm like, "Well, wait,
But he earned it.
what was their record?" Their record was 4 wins, 3 losses. They played against us twice. We beat them both times. We were undefeated. We got the leading scorer on our team and the leading rebound on our team. Okay.
What?
So I was like, "You joking,
Brothers,
right?"
nonetheless.
So he was like, nah, all the coaches voted it, and all of the referees voted, and they voted for this other kid. So I said,
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. So I said, so my kid's the scoring champion. I'm just curious, how many votes did he get? He got 1 vote. From who? Me. So me, the father, is the only person that voted for the scoring champion in his whole league. So I said, something ain't right, man. I don't know what it is, but something just don't seem right.
They have contempt.
Right is right.
And I hope they're listening.
Right is right and wrong is wrong.
They're haters.
And
bro.
if he was just real with me and said, "Look, man, it's kids. I don't want to give your son 2 trophies. Let's spread it out." I'd have took that like a man. You know what? His kids is all good. But if he deserved it, don't tell me he got 1 vote like he didn't deserve it. We could have had a private conversation about that. So I let all the parents know what happened before the playoffs started. I said, "Look, they robbed my boy. We're going to show them. I'm going to just leave it at that." So,
Take it to the court.
yeah, because actions speak louder than words. I'm not going to keep talking about who deserves what. I'm going to just show y'all.
Right.
So, when the playoffs started, the guy that won MVP, his team didn't even make it to the championship game. So, I like the kid, though. Don't get me wrong.
It's nothing to do with the kid. It
I
has
like
to do
the
with
kid,
the principal.
like his parents. But how is the most valuable player, if he's so valuable, Why not in the championship game?
It has nothing to do with the child. We love the children.
Right.
It has nothing to do with
for sure.
It's the principle of the situation, because he could have been 8 years old. He could have been a senior in high school. It unfortunately it happens, and
I'm gonna tell you,
just like that's hating.
The kid turned 7 this week.
Mm-hmm.
My boy's 4, a real 4. He don't turn 5 until next summer. You see what I'm saying? So with all those factors, I'm like, my boy's 4, the other kid's almost 7. We the lead scorer. We undefeated. It didn't make sense. So then, if you went to the game, I know you went.
Yes.
How many people were there?
A gazillion.
At least 150, 200 people in that gym for a 3 through 6 year old game over the weekend.
Yes.
Count that up. $6 a head.
For real. I was like, $6?
We brought that lead.
4 years old?
We made over $1,000 for that man in 1 hour. Okay?
That's real talk.
On a 3 through 6 year old game. My boy put up 25 points. We won. Smoked them. No problem. So at the end, everybody gave out their awards. Mm-hmm. You left early, I think, right?
No, I saw the awards.
Okay, so they gave the awards out. I decided to bring my own awards for my team.
Good for you. That's what I'm talking about.
Guess what, though?
Taking action.
That was frowned upon.
Why?
I was told that was immature. That was inappropriate.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Do it again.
That was inappropriate. That wasn't the
Why?
right time.
What are you talking about?
We could have had a pizza party to give them their awards. I said, man, why?
Who told you that?
Listen.
I don't need to know.
Listen,
That's craziness. If
man.
A coach is proud of his own play, what are you talking about?
I'm giving my own team awards.
Every team I have been on does that. They get, the team ball, or they get this or whatever. And at the end, you gave every child something.
Yes.
So every child had something. They had the most improved.
Yes.
They had the best rebounder.
Yes.
They had the most assists. They had the most points all around.
Award,
they had
everything.
sportsmanship.
Yes.
Every child got something. So what's the problem? It'd be different if you just did one child.
Right.
But every child on your team got something.
And I personalized every award. Their name was engraved on the trophy. Okay.
Haters. They exist.
After all of that, I decided, which I knew I wasn't really gonna mess with the league again, because like I said, my kids are too advanced. But I don't like leaving situations on a bad note.
You didn't. You won.
Well, I won. Yeah, I won for sure. I won for sure.
You did.
But
how you leave it on a bad note? You took action. You were like, I'm gonna show them better than I can.
Yeah, but the whole situation was salty.
And they did, and it didn't. And you didn't even have to do anything. The kids did it. And the best thing is, the kids don't even know all of this.
Yeah.
They went out there. They had a great time.
Yeah.
They literally put on the show, and the entire team was a part of it.
Yeah.
Now they did have a couple standouts, about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So they did their thing, and that's what it's all about. The kids had fun. They got their trophies. They go home. They're like, we did it. And I don't want to say it like this, but I do believe that taking action. So many times our children are getting these participation awards. And I get that, but there is competition in the world. When you go out in the workplace, everybody does not get an award for showing up. There is competition. You do have to work for things. That is life. And so you did that and, made sure everyone was taken care of, but they all, were awarded appropriately for the work that they were able to put in.
I'm going to tell you, Eileen, it was injustice from the beginning. And I took it like a man the whole time. But once the MVP award thing got skewed, that's when I had to open my mouth. I'm going to tell you this. They had a 7-year-old. Now, this league's supposed to be 3 through 6. They had a kid that was 7, and he turned 8 in a month. Now, what would happen?
On one of those teams? What would happen if that was your child?
What would happen if that big, almost 8, let's just say he's 8. What if he fell on a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old? What would happen then? Right?
There had been issues.
That's what I'm saying, but I ain't say nothing. We beat him anyway with the 8-year-old.
See
twice.
how the Lord works?
Yeah.
Y'all see how the Lord works? Not sometimes, you don't have to do anything. Now, what if you would have made a huge issue and the whole thing? That's the point.
Yeah,
what if you would have made an issue? Then it would have been all this, that, and the other.
Right.
But you didn't have to do anything. Look how the Lord works. They, came out above and beyond. You had an amazing crowd response and attendance. I mean, we had signs and we had
the
y'all know the sticks that had the face on the sticks, and we had like the clappers and everything. We had so much going on. We had a ball, and we have our lines lit up. We have Winston on line 1. Winston, good morning and welcome to The Good Life. We're talking about taking action. Sometimes you need to do it for your kids. Good morning. Hello, Winston. Are you there? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
His kid must have been on another team.
I hit the button. Winston, I can't hear you. Oh, there he is. He's gone. I don't know. Winston, give us a call back. But that's, I mean, I don't know. I think that's about taking action. And for everyone who's had a child in a sport or an activity, I think we've all felt this. And, you know, I've had a child who's been advanced in sports and where you couldn't play and kind of had the same thing.
Yeah.
And will make you laugh. It is the same thing. It's just people hating. It really is just people hating because he wasn't chosen for the all-star team. And I'm like, clearly he's the best on the team, but he chose his child and one of his children's friends to play an all-star team. Well, you know what? I don't need to have a conversation with you. Man. I had a conversation with the league. They looked at everybody's points and how it's set up. They said he clearly should be in here. And when we showed up that day and he had his T-shirt on, he looked crazy. Well, you know, and then my child outdid. You know, but I didn't need to do anything. Yeah. And you don't need to do anything. You know, they had an amazing game. 25 points for a 4-year-old. Can y'all even imagine that? He was hitting stuff left and right. We were like, does he miss? No. And, you know, the assist that Henry's put. And Henry, so Ashton and Henry both shooting them. Yeah. I remember Mike. I remember Derek. They were all putting them on a show. Yeah, so I don't remember all the kids' names. Sorry if I didn't say your child's name out loud. But, you know, that's what it's about. And the kids had fun, and it worked out the way it was supposed to work out.
But, you know, my whole point is, this forced me to have to go hard and do my own thing. Because I was holding on long as I could.
You got to take action, though.
But now it's like, I got to do it.
Life makes you uncomfortable. So what you going to do?
I gotta start my own thing.
There you go.
And I gotta start my own thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's that simple, man.
That's what and we're gonna talk about it right here on The Good Life. And anybody who wants to be a part of his league, and that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's when life makes you uncomfortable. Yeah. You have to step out on faith and do it for yourselves. And that's what it's all about.
Yep.
You know, it's not about hating. You didn't even do anything. You were like, you know, all right, these are your rules. Cool. I'm going to go over here and create rules that are better suited for myself, the children around me, and to make a good life for everybody else.
Just fairness.
Simple. Fairness. So we know the kids in your league, it'll go by numbers.
Yeah,
and
man.
It is what it is.
No opinion.
And here's the thing for me. Like when you want to be in the All-Star and whatever, go out there and practice with your children.
Yeah.
You know, parents get upset, but I'm like, you can't be mad somebody's spending extra time with their child outside or dribbling or passing or whatever it is. If you want that too, go do it. Take action. Move forward. Open your mind. And we talked about this actually last Friday with regards to taking action with our children. This isn't just in sports. This is also in school. If you see that your child is lagging in something, if you see that they're having a hard time, if they're coming home, you know, having, you know, feeling dejected in school, honestly, if you know they're coming home in tears, something's going on. Go take action. Have a conversation with that teacher. Have a conversation with, you know, the other people in school. A lot of times, sometimes have a conversation with the cafeteria workers. They have a better relationship sometimes with the children because they laugh and play and see them from a different situation. And have that conversation with your children. You never know what your children are going through until you have those conversations. So let's take action. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about we're going to turn it around and talk about taking action in our relationships directly. Sometimes you need to move. Y'all like to stay stagnant and 1 year passes, 2 year passes, 10 years, and you're in the same situation. We're going to take action when we get back. It's Relationship Tuesday with Eileen and Henry. Oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about. But they're just haters. They are haters. They are mad that your children are so advanced for their age. They're just haters. Haters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
don't y'all agree? Haters. I know. Haters.
Yeah, I don't
Seriously,
know,
like, why else would you do it?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to believe somebody would hate a kid, but maybe just don't like me.
What are you talking about? It's easy for people to dislike children. If your child keeps on getting beaten by another child, there's not a little bit of disdain.
I guess so. I wouldn't feel that way.
Right. If you if you have an ego,
you
do,
so,
which is part of, you know, taking action and releasing your ego. Yeah. If you have an ego, it's very hard. And you, like, say you are very athletic, and then your child isn't, and then you are in a situation where you're watching them get beat. Well, you're trying not to be upset at your child so you can be mad at everybody else.
Right.
Not that it's justified. It's just your ego has created a hater, and now your child is actually gets the short end of the stick.
Yeah, well, it forced me to make a move. Just like when we get back, we're gonna talk about in a relationship. You know, you got sometimes you're forced to make a move. You don't want to.
Yes.
But or you knew you should have done it a long time ago. You know it was coming, but then it comes like when you might have not been ready.
Do it.
Yeah, you might have not been ready.
When are you ever ready? When does the Lord? I am ready right now for the move that you have for me. When does that ever happen?
You better get ready.
Never. Right. Exactly. That never happens. You never say, Lord, I'm ready right now to take action. Actually, we're going to say that when we come back.
Right.
When are you ever ready? Never. It never happens that way. Can I share this? Yes. Oh, look. See? I can share it. Ta-da. That's what I'm going to start doing. Forget you, Facebook. Huh.
Yeah, we don't need it. Then he be acting up, too.
I know. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I was like, really, Facebook? So we'll just be live on YouTube.
So I could copy the link and then put it on Facebook.
Clearly doing it right now.
Yeah.
Bypassing you all the way. You want to put me in Facebook jail. That does not work. Y'all wrong for that, too. And I think I was just putting up like a little video of the show, and it was an Erykah Badu piece, maybe 15 seconds, 13 seconds, literally. And, you know, you put "This Isn't My Song" or "It's licensed" or whatever. And it wasn't even picked up by Erykah Badu. That's the part that kills me. It was picked up by Being Mary Jane as one of their intro songs for one of their shows. I was like, this isn't even your music. Haters.
Yeah, they're blocking. Baller blocking.
Haters. I was like, oh, y'all being haters.
I'm gonna bring that back. Baller blocking.
Wait, what is that?
Baller blocking. You remember that?
No, baller blocking.
Now see.
Maybe you showing
Cash Money back in like 2001.
For the
movie Baller Blocking.
For the 99. Oh.
Baller Blocking.
A movie?
Why you blocking us? Baller Blocking. Oh,
I don't
man,
know.
now I sound stupid saying.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna send it
What's
to
funny is, I'm gonna make you laugh. What's funny is that I don't know if I should say this because it's bad for me, but I don't care. I can self-deprecate. People say I need my, not people say, I've had one friend who tells me I need my black card. But that's only because I haven't watched a lot of black movies.
Oh.
Other than that, I mean, you know, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
But like the black movie thing, like the Fridays and all that, Straight Outta Compton, and you know, like I'm not really a TV person, so i.e. not really a huge movie person. So like Martin and stuff, they like say stuff, and I'm like, I didn't watch Martin, and they were like, you didn't watch Martin?
Wait. You didn't watch Martin?
I did not watch.
Cheers? What you was watching, man?
I was watching Nick at Night.
90210?
I was watching Nick at Night. I was watching I Dream of Jeannie.
You watch Saved by the Bell?
Some. That was on Saturdays, though.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
that's like a mix show. That was a good show.
Good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, tolerance, compassion, and understanding for ourselves and everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in. If you can't tune in, you can always go find our shows right there on tglradioshow.com. That is tglradioshow.com. If you hit the watch now button, you can catch us live, or you can go catch a show that you missed. Why? Because it is a good life. And if you check me out right now, you can see our shirts. I have them online, and we actually have a new inventory coming in because I wanted new, like, I didn't like the regular t-shirts, so I ordered some like fly, like feel good t-shirts. So I have those coming in this week, so we're going to have them printed up for you. So make sure you go on tglradioshow.com to get your t-shirts, and join the movement. We have been discussing taking action this week. Henry was talking about a situation in which he, was basically forced to take action. His children, and so many of us, y'all are in situations where your children were just like not... I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it.
just wrong.
Basically, they were wrong. That? They were bamboozled. Wrong, and so, he's taking action and creating his own, which how many of us are in situations like that in our lives where we're just, we're just not being appreciated. Let's just put it, simply. We're not being appreciated. So sometimes you do need to create your own. It may be your own business. It may be your own, maybe moving on to a new relationship. It may be creating your own league. Whatever it is for you, there are times when you are uncomfortable and it is time for you to take action. We have Henry. Oh, we have another Henry. We have Henry on line one. Good morning, Henry, and welcome to The Good Life. You're here with Eileen and Henry. Yes. Right. Right. Yes. Right. Absolutely. Right. Thank you. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a whole lot. Thank you so much, Henry. That he said everything I wanted to say. Yeah. He said everything I wanted to say. I mean, because it does come down to that, because there are so many children who are not, or being, stood up for lack of a better word, or just, just to make it very simple, who don't have a backing, or, maybe just due to circumstance, maybe their parents are working and so someone's not there, but having, a coach step up for them, really does make a difference, because it makes you feel like you matter. Yeah, and this is all volunteer work I've been doing. Right. And I work with my kids. I've been working with them since they was able to walk. We had a little kiddie goal in the house, and they love it. Yeah, I mean they've been doing it. They've been doing it their whole life. They're only 4, but they've been doing it since they were able to walk. And but I tell you what, I've had a lot of parents come up to me after the games where they could clearly see the product I'm putting out on the floor in my kids, and they've asked me if I train kids, and my response has always been, no, I don't really do that. No. But guess what? So many people have been asking me. Maybe I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have to do it, because it's my way of really giving back to the game of basketball. Basketball has done a lot for me, and I'm so glad that you said this, because this is a story about. I was about to go to the Will Smith thing. Go ahead. But true story. If y'all have been listening to the Good Life radio show since Henry has been on air, almost 3 years, right? Yeah. And so seeing, I don't want to say how you have grown, but seeing how you have grown just through relationships, because Henry's very open, which is amazing. And if more of us, were able to do that. Now, I do know he is a counselor, so maybe he has a little bit of that in him, so it does help. But he has grown in so many aspects. And, he's put his blood, sweat, and tears literally into, bull blood. And he's like, I want to try a little something new. He and his wife are starting a new business as well. But if you hear him, he always speaks in sports analogies. Why? Because he absolutely loves sports, but he absolutely loves the game of basketball. Right. And he played it himself for years. Yeah. And so I don't know if y'all knew the background of that, but what I'm saying, and when you're finding your passion and your purpose, sometimes you never know how it's going to play out. God makes you uncomfortable, and then you're able to do something you love. Yeah. And so I'm telling you here, you talk about basketball all the time, whether our listeners know it or not. He does, and he absolutely loves the game. So look, God has made you uncomfortable, and it wasn't even a situation for you.
Yeah.
So many times, how does He get us? Through our children,
Yep.
because we know we may not go hard for
That's
ourselves,
where it hurts.
but y'all know
That's
y'all
where it
gonna
hurt.
go hard for your children.
Yeah,
and
like
so
that.
if somebody does something that ain't, I'm like, slow down.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta straighten this out.
Yeah.
And so the same thing for you. When they do something to your children, sometimes you are forced to take action. It may have been uncomfortable at first, but it may be the best thing for you. You're gonna end up, training all these boys because you have a basketball background. It's not like he was just some random dad. No, he actually played, and his is something he loves.
Oh yeah. I mean, truth be told, and I'm not blowing smoke, I should have been in the NBA on somebody's bench. I'm not gonna sit up and say all-star and all that, but I made some mistakes in my past, and I should have been there. But now I know what it takes, and if I can help another kid stay on the right track to get there, if they want to, go to college for free and it's through basketball, then hey, nothing wrong with that.
Now, how much more do you appreciate those long nights and those experiences and that hard work put in now that you're able to pour that energy into children?
I mean, now I realize that's why I went through everything I went through. To do this. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I see what you're saying.
I breed dogs still. I got my bull blood business and stuff like that, but I'm starting my new thing. It's bull blood basketball. And the teams are going to be named after my dogs.
I love it.
Yeah. So I've been mapping it out for a minute.
So I'm excited. So when you open registration, are you going to let us know right here?
Yeah, for sure.
And so y'all should follow him. How can they follow you to see, your boys? Because I think it speaks through, what the boys that you put out. Because it's not just your boys now. You have other little kids there as well. Who are there training with your boys too.
Right.
And I don't want to say it's training because it's not like he's making them do this. Like they go outside in the backyard and they're like playing this.
They don't know they're working.
Right,
but
exactly. They don't even know they're working. Right, exactly.
Yeah, they don't know. Well, right now I'm making a complete highlight tape of the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was doing before I got here. I was up since midnight last night. Got very little sleep. And I'm putting a collection of all our games this season,
mm-hmm.
and I'm putting all the highlights from each player, and I'm putting it on YouTube. And I'm gonna send it to all the parents, because none of the parents would tape it but us. Yeah, I don't think none of the parents would tape it. But you can follow me on Instagram at BullBloodHenry. You can follow me on Facebook, Henry Jolly. You can follow me also on Instagram. Follow my boys. It's at them Jolly Boys, and it's boys with a Z. And also, if you want to check them out on YouTube, just type in them Jolly Boys, and they're going to pop up.
I love how the conversation just...
I wasn't trying to advertise on this show, no, but it just kind of turned into that.
Why would we not? Oh, we have Dr. Wilborn. She is on the line. Good morning, Dr. Wilborn. How are you?
Hey, my people.
Hi.
Hey.
Good. How are you?
Here's y'all today.
Yes.
I was about to sing you that Hey Big Head text. When you miss somebody, Hey Big Head.
The other thing I wanted to say is I really appreciate the
Yep. Yep.
Good for you, Henry. Good for your family. Congratulations to the team, and I'll see y'all next week.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Well put. Well put.
As always, she's a member of us.
Yeah, I accept that.
She's a member of the life all day, all day. Thank you so much, Dr. Wilborn, for dropping your knowledge today and continuing to support. And it is so important. I mean, I don't even have to say anything today because our callers have done just that. And the support, I think you're being shown kind of proves that this is what we need. And we need more Henrys in the world. So if you are being pushed in a situation where you are uncomfortable, this is your time to take action, whatever that looks like for you. It could be, a lot of times it is with our children.
Right.
Unfortunately and fortunately, there are these situations, but fortunately there are people like you, men and women, who do step up. We have so many organizations, boys and girls clubs, different organizations. You have just different mentoring groups, just all of that. We need to be able to step up. If you have extra time, offer it to your communities for these leagues. You have your parents who are doing this, as volunteer time.
Right.
But, if you are able to do it, put yourself out there and just give an hour a week, whatever it is. If you have basketball talent and you have a training program, you know what I'm saying? If you have an extra hour a week that can help these children, say, you know what? I can offer an hour a week to this league. I get paid, $300 and $400, by all these kids. I can offer an hour.
Yeah.
I have training, or even if it's not, basketball, I'm a trainer. I can help kids with, their footwork. I can help kids with whatever it may be. Open your mind to living differently in the world and take action so that we can create a good life for each and every one of us. And so I'm going to push the conversation to the last segment, unless there's anybody who wants to call in and no, you go with the game?
No, whatever you want to
do.
No,
because I just want to talk about, I'm going to talk about what you said during the last break.
Let's go.
About being uncomfortable. And how, what'd you say? No, we don't go say. We're going to say when we come back. All right, we're holding it right there. This is Eileen and Henry. We're on Relationship Tuesday, and we'll be right back.
Come on, roll with RCA.
Roll with me. I have someone asking, and I saw her message pop up, but I don't know where it is. She was asking why I'm not live on Facebook. I'm in Facebook jail. That's why I'm not live on Facebook. Live
That's a nice
here.
picture. Let's look at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
In
we look like siblings or something.
Facebook jail. Facebook sucks today. It's not like I'm trying to steal anybody's stuff. Oh, no, poor connection. Let's send them good energy. Oh, no, very bad connection. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Which one did that on the left?
YouTube. Yes. Come on, you see at the top? Very bad connection. Lord, please fix the connection in Jesus' name. Amen.
That just started?
Yeah. But it's okay. So I sent her to take it there. And I'll tell people again. Yeah, it's still going. Yeah. As long as it still goes, it's all we still worry about. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, YouTube. How are you? We are not on Facebook today. Yes, keep your germs over. Why is everybody getting sick? I am not. Y'all better.
I don't think I'm sick.
Okay.
Ashley said I got some kind. I had
You want me
to
to
take
tell you what it
Sudafed. What is that? What's
for your
Sudafed
sinuses.
Yeah, that was.
I'm actually going to have that conversation when we come on air because everyone around me is dealing with it, and I'm the only one who knows the simple answer.
Yeah.
All y'all want to play around, and I am by means no doctor, so let me start there. No. You have that. Well, I'm not gonna say it till we go. I'm not gonna say it till we go back live, because I'm just like, when the Lord wants you to change, He makes you uncomfortable. I'm like, and I said this. We used to have Doc Griggs on regularly, but he got so big and bad as the ambassador for the health and wellness ambassador for the state of Louisiana. So he's all over now. He's not able to come on a regular basis. But I had this conversation with him, and he agreed with me. So this is not scientific. It is just Eileen's 2 cents. But I did have a doctor agree with me. So.
All right. I trust you.
Right. Like, it's my stomach saying I'm hungry.
How
but
Aiden
nonetheless.
doing? How Aiden doing with sports?
Amazing.
Yeah.
But he had the
now?
same problem. Yeah, he's in 8th grade at St. Aug. He had the same problem young. And I'll tell you what league. He had the same problem at Carrollton. He was so advanced. I had to take him out of Carrollton. There wasn't any competition, and it wasn't even. It's not fun when you don't have any competition.
Right.
It's not even fun anymore because the way that it's no downing to Carrollton. It's just how they set up their teams. They want every team to be even, so everybody. So they have tryouts and they rank their players, and so they have like I guess they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or ABC, however they do it. So every team gets to choose an A player. Then every team gets, when the A players are gone, then they can choose however they want.
Right.
But they want to make every team. So he'd be the only one who could do stuff on his team.
Oh, so he'd be the AA player, A plus plus.
And then
player.
he's by himself, and
Yeah.
then you're doing it. But then you had to tap out at 16 points. So he'd tap out before halftime at 16 points and couldn't even like
you can play
the rest of the game.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, the advantage I got is I have twins. As I have twins, they keep them on the same team.
Right.
So it's like
that is an advantage.
Always had the two best, no matter what, because they ain't gonna have.
You did that on purpose, huh?
Well, God did that.
He worked that out, y'all, with the twins.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You saw Hunt? You saw Hunt shoot?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yesterday.
18 months already.
Uche said that. He said, watch. He said he can play around with these two, but Hunter, he's going to come around and outdo them.
That's going to be the one.
He said he's going to come around and outdo both of them.
Also,
no, they're going to do their thing, but he's going to come around and just, it's just how it is when you have like 3 children.
Yeah.
I'm the third of 3 girls. I mean, I'm just saying that's just how the third one comes around and just like, bam. Like when y'all playing spades, you just like, not spades, dominoes, and you're like, bam.
Yeah.
That's what the third child is. Me.
That's crazy.
When I take over the world, y'all gonna be like, she said that. I'm gonna be like, I told you. I forgot what I was gonna talk about.
Let's make sure we hit relationships. It's time to make a move when you're uncomfortable.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, tolerance, compassion, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in to Motivation Monday, Relationship Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Gumbo Talk Thursday, and Freedom Friday. It's where you drop your bags, you open your mind, you drop your freedom. You gain your freedom. You drop your shame, your anxiety, and your ego. And we're going to do that right now. We're going to drop that ego. And I had some people who were sending me messages like, why were you not live on Facebook? What's going on? I know, I'm sorry. I'm in Facebook jail. But sometimes when the Lord wants you to grow, he makes you uncomfortable. So he has made me uncomfortable. So my 34,000 followers and likes on Facebook, I did take the link to YouTube. We are live on YouTube, so you can go on our pages and just hit the button right there. Or, we do want to swear everybody to the website. That is tglradioshow.com, tglradioshow.com. Hit the Watch Now button, and it will bring you directly to our YouTube channel there as well. So y'all just go click the link. You just have to go to our pages. It's on Facebook. The link is on Facebook, but you have to go click the link. Sorry. It's Facebook jail, but the Lord has made me uncomfortable. So now I'm going live on YouTube each and every day.
Now you're about to grow.
Now I'm about to grow.
Oh, yeah.
Growing pains. Sometimes, they pull you back a little bit, and then you what? You supercharge, go forward. So that's what this is all about. We're having we're having a rubber band moment. That rubber bands.
Yes,
bands.
yes.
Okay, bands. No, not those type of bands. But not those type of bands. But we
rubber band fight.
Oh, Lord. Speaking of when you are uncomfortable, we do want to make sure that we hit this topic with regard to our relationships, especially since I have Henry in the building as our resident relationship therapist, our counselor. When we're uncomfortable in relationships and it's time to make the move, it's time to take action. It's time. There are people who are listening right now who are like, it's time. It's time to apologize. It may be time to sit down and have a conversation. And those conversations are hard sometimes or uncomfortable. Why? Because you're like, if I have this conversation, he may leave. If I have this conversation, she may leave. But guess what? That honestly could be the best thing for you. Do you want to stay in a situation that isn't for you for 3, 4, 5 years and be like, I put all this time in? Well, you put all this time in because you didn't want to have the uncomfortable conversations. You didn't want to take action. And now, God has conspired a situation to force it upon you. It's time to take action, y'all. Do it. Jump. Have the conversation. Say you're sorry. Go back. You have missed her for 6 months. Apologize. You did him wrong. Go back and say you're sorry. Apologize. The love of your life is waiting for you. All you have to do is say you're sorry and do what you need to do. Don't just talk the talk. Show some action behind it. Take action. Henry.
Yeah. So time, huh? It irks me when people say, "Well, I've been with this person so long, you know, I don't want to feel like I've wasted all this time." Time is something you cannot get back. So think of it like this: do you want to waste more time? If you're wise enough to realize this ain't working, and it's not gonna get better, and you know you want better, then use your time wisely and go get better. Look, Father Time is undefeated right now. I mean.
True story.
I mean, I don't know anybody that's beat him. So you can try your luck if you want to, but man,
Father Time is undefeated. I like that.
Me and one of my buddies, we were joking about this yesterday. Oh man, I forgot. Hold on, I just lost my train of thought.
You're about to get it back right now.
Wait.
Oh, I'm sending him positive energy, y'all. Ta-da.
Oh my gosh.
You got it.
I forgot.
No, you didn't. It's in the back. It's
You
on the tip of
talk.
your tongue.
When it come back to me, I'm gonna say it.
You got it. Oh, me talk?
Yeah,
Oh.
you go.
It's time. It really is time. Like, I've had so many, like, I don't believe in coincidences, but I don't know if this is, like, I should be telling all my business, but maybe I'll tell my business because we kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday with Henry Bolden, and since I have the other Henry here, I'll speak to this, and then you can tell. When you want something different, you have to do something differently. Okay. And so yesterday we were talking, or I reeled it in that we were going to talk about it today, so look, that's how the Lord works. Mm-hmm. That we were going to talk about fallbacks.
Okay.
Getting rid of your fallbacks. Like, take action. If you want something different in your life, you have to get rid of everything around you. If you want a relationship, if you want to move forward, if you really want something, you need to get rid of your fallbacks.
Yeah.
Like, really. Who wants to meet somebody and they have 2 and 3 people that can still call them, at 12, 10, 11, 1 o'clock in the morning, and just, eliminate that out of your life. Do you want to meet someone that still has fallbacks? No. Who wants to meet somebody that has fallback? And if y'all don't know what a fallback is, it's like someone you call when you're sad, somebody you call when you're lonely, somebody you call when you just whatever, somebody you call like, oh well, we just go out to dinner with, oh well, he's been my friend for years. Okay, well, if you want to get married and has a husband, is it okay to have someone in your life that, oh, he's just been my friend for years? He can still be your friend, but he needs to be clear that, you know what, this role or this lane is closed. There is a detour now. And that we are literally strictly friends. I'm not going to call when this, that, and the other. Or if they are married, you know what? I can't be your emotional support anymore. It's not okay. We can Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Happy Birthday text, but literally that's about it. You can't call me when you're sad. You can't call me when you got the new job. You can't call me either way. It literally is, stripping yourselves of those fallbacks. That's what I call them, but you may have a different word for it. But when you strip yourself of that and you really start to get to know yourself, because we really keep those around us because we don't like to be alone.
You got to get out of your comfort zone.
Exactly. You got to make yourself uncomfortable, and when you're uncomfortable, you get something you want when you take that action.
Yeah. This is what I was gonna say.
Okay, go ahead.
Majority of your life, you spend your life old, so you gotta kind of start positioning yourself when you're young to be successful as you get older, so you can kind of relax and you're not as stressed. Human body can only take so much mentally, physically, so you got to do what you got to do while you're young to get the way you need to be. If you are, just for example, if it's a club chick, all right, chick that's always in the club hopping, bar to bar. Some dudes might like that. Some may not. If you dating a guy who you really, really like and you think he's the one, that he don't like a club girl, you got a choice to make. And that doesn't mean make yourself miserable. It's all about sacrifice and committing yourself. So do you change for another person? No. But ultimately you're supposed to be changing for yourself, because we all want to get better. Maybe you going to the club all the time has caused you to be alcoholic. maybe you're a bad mom because you know what I'm saying. All kind of factors could play
Maybe
into
it's
that.
for attention because there's a self-esteem issue
Yeah.
from your youth that you need to, get a handle on so that you can live a more fulfilled life, or as my counselor says, yes, I'm in counseling and I love it. Become whole.
Right.
There's a void that you need to, fill. There's a darkness there that you need to, release so that you can live a better life, live the good life.
Yeah.
Pulling back those layers and getting rid of that fear and that anxiety and really figuring out where things come from. I'll be, real talk with, my process. There was something I was dealing with, and I thought it was related to something, and it was absolutely had nothing to do with that. It was actually dealing with something earlier on, and once I had that conversation and realized what it wasn't even what I thought it was. So many times we talked about our beliefs, ask, believe, receive a couple weeks ago. We believe something, but we have a false belief, and we get stuck on that. And the truth is out there, and when you are living in your truth, oh my gosh, y'all, it is like freedom. I'm not kidding. It is like waking up to an entirely different reality. You're like, wait, this is what life could have been all this time? But I was like, I don't want to say stuck on stupid. Mama told me that's a bad word. I wasn't allowed to say it. So I can say it on here this morning. Right. So, but, you're stuck on, just the darkness in your life. Fear, anxiety, whatever it may be. But it's rejection. You're stuck on abandonment. You're stuck on, anger, just guilt. You're stuck on these things, but when you release them and you start taking action in your life, you will realize how lighter you feel. And here's the best part. I'm gonna tell you a little something, and I hope my counselor's not listening. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm saying I had an aha moment because I was like, when this changes, she's like, well, how will you know? And so I was like, well, I don't know. And then she started writing something down, and I was like, had an aha moment. I said, I'm going to know because my relationships are going to change. And she turned around, she looked at me, and she smiled. I said, I'm right, huh? She's like, yes, because it's not them changing. It's me changing. And when I change and when I release the fear and when I release the darkness, when I release whatever my issue is or whatever your issue is, when you release that, their relationship to you is going to change. So you really don't have to do anything. Either they're going to fall out of your life because they're not supposed to be there, or the relationship is going to get better. And they literally don't have to do anything. It's all about us. We point fingers all the time and we're mad at people or we're upset at people. They weren't there for me, or, they rejected me, or this, that, and the other. And it may have been so, but we have all dealt with something like that. Everybody can start a list of when I was 2 years old, this happened. And you can create one until this day. But guess what? I don't want to say it's so what. It's what are you going to do about it now? How do you move forward? What are you going to do with that information? It may have been that, I'm going to give a simple example, because we do have so many two-parent households where both parents need to work. But you may have felt abandoned as a child because your parents weren't there. But they were working to make a better future for you. Right. And you may have felt abandoned, but at this age you may realize, you know what? They were doing it to create a better future for me. And when you can look at it from a different perspective and really see the truth in it, the truth isn't that you were abandoned, but you may have, dealt with that your entire life. The truth is that they loved you enough to go out there and work their behinds off to make sure you were taken care of. Right. And when you can see it from a different perspective and release that, you can walk into the good life. And so it may be whatever it is for you. It may be something as simple as that, or it may be something more hurtful. But whatever it is, it's not yours to carry anymore. So take action and release those bags.
Yeah, people.
I got off my horse. Your turn.
People give too much credit, to feeling victimized in situations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've always felt like don't look at losses as real losses. Look at it as you learned something.
Yes.
So if your parents wasn't there, guess what? You probably a stronger person now. Because some people couldn't have dealt with that, and
that wasn't their road.
Yeah. So I mean, brief example. I'm one of 4 kids that my parents had. My 2 older sisters got a car when they were in high school. My brother got a car when he was in high school. I didn't. Mm-hmm. Not because they didn't like me, but when I was in high school, my dad's financial situation changed just for a split, for a quick moment.
Right.
So I had to wait my turn. But in return, once I got a car, I got like 6 cars. I'm like, I want as many cars as I can have. See what I'm saying?
You're like, uh-huh.
Yeah, but it
was worth the wait.
It was worth the wait. It was worth the wait. So I never look at it like, they don't love me, they don't like me. I knew it was up. Like, look, your situation changed. I get it. I'm gonna be all right. Right. And it's gonna make me strong. I'm cool.
Right.
And that's how you gotta be in life. You can't have that woe is me. This man holding me down. My boss is doing this. My wife or my husband. Man, do what you gotta do for you. You have to. And if you got kids, you gotta do what you gotta do for them.
Take action.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And so it's going to be something different for everyone out there. This isn't like, a cookie cutter. This isn't a template that we just drop somewhere. It's going to be different. So whatever it is for you, maybe you didn't feel like you were enough. Maybe you were rejected as a child. Maybe you were bullied. Maybe you were abused. Whatever it is, that was then. And not to say it didn't happen, not to say it didn't hurt, but at this point in your life, it is what are you going to do about it? How are you going to take action? How are you going to regain your power? Because I don't want to give my power to somebody who maybe have victimized me. You can't have my power.
Right.
No.
Right.
I am who I am, and I want you to be who you are. And when life makes you uncomfortable, it's generally to teach you something. It's to push you along in your purpose and your passion. It sucks to be a parent and see that your child go through something, but look how it has turned around for Henry. He's creating his own league, and he's actually finding his passion in it's a twofold thing. He's finding his passion with regard to that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he loves basketball. Like you said, y'all don't know him, but he really should have. You know what?
Yeah.
And things happen, but it happened to make you stronger, to be prepared for this moment. Because if all those things wouldn't have happened, you wouldn't be where you are. So when we're uncomfortable, it urges us to take action. So I urge you to take action just as Henry did with his boys. So we are so proud of you. So when Bull Blood Basketball, is taking registrants, please let us know so we can let everybody on air know as well. We're really excited.
Yeah, me too. This was, just keep in mind, this show right here is the first announcement, so this is the turning point. So
it's the good life.
Next year, y'all be like, dang, that was a year ago. Wow.
But you know what? That's what I love about this show. It's the turning point. And I've had, people come to me. Sometimes people don't like to have conversations out loud, but I have people come to me one-on-one when they do see me out and like, thank you for what you do. You're really helping people. And it's having these conversations. We're not perfect. We're just here sharing our stories. And take Henry as an example. Y'all have followed him. Look at what he's doing. And and if y'all didn't know about the basketball, now you do. And what is it for you? What is your passion? What is making you uncomfortable? We encourage you to take that action and to open your mind. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please follow us on YouTube. We would appreciate it because we are in Facebook jail. And if you did miss the show or you want to see it, you can go on tglradioshow.com. Just click the Watch Now button and we will be right there. Thanks so much, y'all. We're out. Hey.
Go Saints.
Yes! Go Saints!
Go
Who that?
Saints.
7 in a row? Good Lord have mercy. If they hit 8, I don't know what I might do a cartwheel. I might do a cartwheel. Who do they play?
I don't even know.
The Redskins. They play the Redskins. So, thanks so much for tuning in, y'all. Oh, you smell the smell good? That's Lee. Oh, I'm going to turn y'all off. I had to reach. Sorry, y'all. Thanks, y'all. Oh, having an interesting morning. Y'all, thanks for tuning in. We're out. Yeah.